Tonight, I ask you to do something extraordinary, something that could shift the entire course of your financial life. Not tomorrow, not next week, tonight. You are about to speak a single sentence once, and the moment you do, something invisible will begin to move on your behalf. Doors that were once locked will open. People you've never met will begin to carry your blessings toward you. Opportunities, money, and favor will start finding their way to your hands. But here's the truth most never hear. The universe doesn't respond to effort, it responds to assumption. When you assume a state as already real, you call it into being. You've been praying, working, waiting. But tonight, you will speak as the one who already has. I want you to stay with me until the end of this message, because by the time you reach the final words, you will know exactly what to say. One sentence once, to instantly set into motion the unseen forces that bring wealth. This is not magic. It's not Lou. CK. It's law. A spiritual law as precise as gravity, waiting for you to activate it. So take a breath and prepare your mind, because by the time this night ends, you will never think about money or yourself the same way again. My friends, everything you see in this world, the house you live in, the job you hold, the balance in your bank account, is not life itself. It is only the shadow of life, the echo of what has already been imagined and accepted within you. You walk each day through a landscape of your own assumptions, unaware that you are both the dreamer and the dream. The truth I tell you now is not new, yet few have the courage to believe it. Nothing happens in your outer world that was not first accepted as true within your inner world. You have believed poverty. You have believed limitation. You have believed struggle. And so, faithfully, life has mirrored those beliefs back to you, not to punish you, but to reveal to you your own creative power. The moment you dare to assume that you are wealthy, even before a single coin arrives, you begin to command the invisible substance of life itself. For what you assume as true becomes the seed of creation, and life has no choice but to bear fruit after its kind. When I speak of assumption, I do not mean hope. Hope waits, assumption knows. You must feel the truth of your desire so deeply that it becomes more real to you than the evidence of your senses. Let the outer world say you are broke. What of it? You do not argue with appearances, you transcend them. You walk in the consciousness of wealth. And the world, obedient servant that it is, rearranges itself to reflect your inner conviction. Look around and understand, every great fortune, every empire of wealth began in the invisible. Before the first stone was laid, before the first idea took form, there was a man or woman who dared to assume success as already achieved. That inner image, held in unwavering faith, clothed itself in facts. You too are called to do the same, to move beyond seeing money as something separate from you, and to recognize it as the reflection of your own state of being. If you wish to attract abundance, you must cease identifying yourself as one who needs money. The one who needs confesses lack, and the law responds by multiplying lack. Instead, identify yourself as one who already possesses vast supply, freedom, and comfort. Feel it so vividly that your heart swells with gratitude before the evidence appears. Gratitude is the perfume of fulfillment, the proof that your assumption has taken root. Every belief you hold is a command to the unseen. The law of life answers to the tone of your inner speech. If you say, I never have enough, life echoes back, you never have enough. But if you declare, I am wealthy, I am abundant, I am overflowing in every direction, and feel those words as truth, then all of creation rushes to align itself with your new identity. It is not arrogance, T is creation in motion. You are not waiting for wealth. You are summoning it by knowing it is already yours. You see, there comes a moment when the spoken word becomes the bridge between the invisible and the visible. A single sentence, born from conviction rather than curiosity, can dissolve years of struggle and call forth riches where none seem possible. The tongue, when guided by faith, is a creative instrument. It shapes reality itself. Most people speak from what they see, but the wise speak from what they know to be true within. That is why a single utterance, charged with belief, is more powerful than 1,000 prayers of desperation. When you speak tonight, you are not to speak as a beggar hoping to be heard. You are to speak as the master of your own destiny. The world responds to your assumption, but it obeys the vibration of your voice as well. The moment you give words to your inner knowing, you give direction to the formless substance of life. And if that word is clothed with feeling, it becomes flesh. Ibra. Many repeat affirmations endlessly, thinking repetition is power. Yet, repetition without belief is emptiness. The secret lies as though you are sealing a sacred covenant with the universe. Speak it with the certainty of sunrise. For in that moment, you are impressing upon the subconscious mind the final word, the creative command that cannot be recalled. Your sentence must not be weak or doubtful. The moment of utterance is the moment of creation. Feel yourself surrounded by evidence of wealth, the softness of luxury, the scent of success, the laughter of freedom. Let the emotion rise until it overflows, and then let your words fall like a decree upon your world. That single sentence, spoken from the end, from the state of fulfillment, is the seed planted in the deepest soil of consciousness. You will not see it sprout immediately, but it is done. Life will begin to arrange itself to honor what you have declared. People will appear, opportunities will shift, paths will clear, not by chance, but by law. For once the word is spoken in truth, all of creation moves to make it so. Ibrahim, and this is why I say to you, tonight is sacred. Tonight is not just another passing evening. It is the doorway between what has been and what will be. There is a stillness that descends upon the world when the sun sets. And in that stillness, the veil between the seen and the unseen grows thin. It is in that hour that creation listens most closely. The noise of the day fades, the conscious mind loosens its grip, and the subconscious stands open, waiting for direction. This is why what you speak tonight carries immeasurable power. Tibur, do not let the night pass with idle words or restless worry. Let it become the night you rewrite your destiny. The outer world sleeps, but within you, the architect of all experience is awake. In the silence of your room, when the lights are dim and your mind begins to drift toward rest, that is when you must speak your command. The world calls it sleep, but it is more than that. It is the descent into the creative workshop of your inner self, whatever image or belief you carry into. That sacred chamber will rise again as fact in your waking world. Feel the quiet of the evening as a living presence around you, as if life itself has paused, waiting for your word. Breathe deeply and let the events of the day dissolve. Let every concern fade until only one thought remains. What if tonight I became the wealth I have long desired? We feel the answer as though it is already true. The night is your cocoon, and within it your assumptions transform into substance. Ibrahim, you need not struggle or force it. Creation does not come through effort. It flows through surrender. The more relaxed you are, the more receptive the subconscious becomes. Speak softly to yourself, not with anxiety, but with the calm authority of one who knows the outcome. The universe listens most closely to the whisper that carries conviction. Before sleep takes you, repeat your sentence once, not as a chant, but as a final word to seal your new state. Then see yourself surrounded by abundance. See the symbols of wealth, the home, the freedom, the joy, not as something to come, but as something a now. Feel the weight of money in your hand, the warmth of gratitude. NCE, alive with emotion, charged with certainty, becomes law in the unseen realm. Emotion is the currency of creation. Without it, words are lifeless. With it, they are divine commands. When you speak of wealth, do not do so with longing, for longing confesses that you are without. Instead, speak with the pulse of possession, with the warmth of gratitude already fulfilled. The law is subtle. It mirrors not what you ask for, but what you feel yourself to be. If you feel desperate, it gives you more reasons to be desperate. But if you feel abundant, even before the evidence appears, it must clothe that inner state with facts. Emotion is the fire that forges the unseen into the seen. You are not trying to convince the world. You are convincing yourself. You are impressing your own subconscious, the divine womb within you, with the feeling of fulfillment. And the deeper that feeling, the faster the manifestation takes shape. You must feel as though the wealth is already yours, not Tom. Aro, not soon, but etno. Ae Brushe. Can you feel the joy of freedom, the peace of knowing every need is met, the exhilaration of walking through the world without worry? Let those emotions take hold until they become more real than the room you sit in. That is the secret most overlooked. They pray with their lips, but deny with their hearts. You must reverse this. Let your heart declare what your lips speak. Let the emotion rise like music from your soul until every cell of your being sings, I have it now. It is not enough to imagine the possession. You must live the feeling of it. The more vividly you feel, the more deeply the subconscious accepts. When the inner world accepts, the outer must comply. Feelings are the roots from self into it. Speak it not as a phrase, but as a living vibration. Feel your words move through you as light, as warmth, as truth. Sense them wrapping around you, forming an invisible garment of abundance. And as you clothe yourself in that feeling, know that the unseen world has already received the order. The intensity of your emotion is the measure of your faith. And faith, once felt as fact, bends reality to its will. You must learn to stand at the end and live from it as though it were already accomplished. To see the end as already achieved is the great secret of creation. The world teaches you to wait until evidence appears before you believe, but creation demands that you believe even before the evidence shows itself. You must dare to claim the reality of your desire when nothing around you suggests it is possible. This is the act of faith that moves mountains, the unseen conviction that commands reality to take form. When I speak of seeing the end, I do not mean daydreaming or wishing. I mean to feel yourself at the finish line of your desire, to occupy it with such intensity that it becomes the only truth alive in you. If you desire wealth, do not see yourself as one trying to become wealthy. See yourself as already prosperous, already surrounded by the symbols of abundance. Walk through your world as the version of yourself who already possesses it. Feel the weight of the money, the ease of freedom, the comfort of security. Let the feeling become so real that it erases all thought of waiting. Your imagination is not fantasy. It is the creative power of God expressing through you. Everything that exists began in the unseen world of imagination. The chair you sit on, the clothes you wear, the home you live in, all were once invisible ideas held in someone's mind until they were brought forth by belief. You are doing the same when you live in the end. You are claiming your desire is finished, completed, real, and life must mirror it back. Hebrews never say, I will have. To say he will is to postpone creation. Speak in the language of Kiam. Oh, I am wealthy. I am successful. I am blessed beyond measure. Feel those words as though they are ancient truth flowing from within you. The outer world will resist at first, for it is slow to catch up with the speed of spirit, but remain unmoved. Persist in the assumption that it is already done, for persistence is faith in motion. You may be surrounded by appearances of lack, but they are only the lingering shadows of your past beliefs. Do not wrestle with them. Ignore them. They are fading echoes of an old state. The new state, once accepted, begins to take form invisibly. Every moment you dwell in the feeling of the fulfilled desire, you are building the structure of its manifestation. So tonight, when you speak your sentence, speak as one who already stands at the end. Feel the result, not the process. You are not asking for wealth. You are acknowledging that it is already within you, waiting to be seen. The more natural that feeling becomes, bore but to err expect. Expectation is the invisible magnet that draws fulfillment to you. Surrender is not weakness. It is divine confidence. It is the calm assurance that what you have seen within must appear without. You are not trying to make anything happen. You are allowing what is already finished in the unseen to unfold in perfect order. Life does not need your effort. It needs your faith. The river of manifestation flows when resistance is gone. Think of a gardener who plants a seed and then walks away, trusting the process of life to do the rest. He does not stare at the soil demanding proof. He knows the sun will rise, the rain will fall, and the earth will respond. So too must you rest in the knowing that the law is faithful. The wealth you have spoken into being is already gathering its shape, already assembling through people, ideas, and circumstances. It may come through a new opportunity, a sudden inspiration, or a door you never noticed before. But come it must. For you have claimed it as yours. The moment you surrender, the unseen power moves freely. You begin to notice coincidences, alignments, and gentle nudges leading you toward the fulfillment of your desire. These are not accidents. They are the language of the universe answering your assumption. Follow them without fear or hesitation. Your only work now is to remain in the feeling of gratitude. Gratitude that it is done. Gratitude that it was always yours. Gratitude that the unseen has already obeyed your word. Brutally, release every thought of when and how. The seed knows how to bloom. The path knows how to unfold. You, the dreamer, must only remain faithful to the state of fulfillment. Speak once in truth, feel it deeply, surrender completely, and live as though it were already yours. For in the stillness that follows surrender, creation completes itself, quietly, perfectly, inevitably, and what was once invisible will soon stand before you, undeniable and real.